What's up, Sprintsters? This is Mark from SprintFeed.com, and right now we are looking at the Samsung Epic 4G Touch, also known as the Samsung Galaxy S2. A lot of people have done unboxings of this device already. We feel that's kind of boring here, so we're going to just jump into some action and do a quick hands-on, but we also like to introduce a little competition. This is the Motorola PHOTON 4G for those of you who don't know. This is Sprint's current top dog, but here's your new challengers. We're going to see what both phones bring to the table, do a bit of a versus here. So let's get to it. The Epic 4G Touch features a 4.5-inch Super AMOLED Plus display. It's powered by the notorious Exynos dual-core processor. And up front, if you look real closely, you've got a 2-megapixel shooter in the front, 8-megapixel primary camera in the rear with a single LED flash, 3.5 audio jack there, dedicated power controls, micro USB, and your audio rocker. Now this does come with a USB to HDMI adapter, so you can hook it up to your HD display. If we go over to the Photon, you've got a 4.3 QHD display, you've got a VGA front-facing camera, you've got an 8-megapixel rear primary camera with dual LED flash. If you shimmy down, you've got a kickstand for watching videos and things like that. Flip over on its side, you got a dedicated camera button, volume control, and micro USB and HDMI. So you can hook this up directly via HDMI to an HD display. So that's pretty neat. Now this handset here is powered by a dual-core Tegra 2 processor, and both feature a dedicated gigabyte of RAM. So a lot of people are saying, well, what's the better phone? It really comes down to preference. As you can see, the GS2 is much thinner and it's got a slightly larger display, but the Photon itself has a really nice feel. This reminds me of, the GS2 reminds me a lot of the Samsung Infuse, which came out earlier in the year for AT&T. So it doesn't feel as original looking as this, because this has really nice contoured edges, but I guess it really comes down to performance for most of you guys out there. So what we're gonna do is do a quick benchmark on both handsets. So let's see, go ahead and get this ready. And there's quadrant, say okay. And slide this over, say okay. So we're gonna see who really is top dog, because everybody's asking, which phone is better, which phone should I get? They both look like great phones, but it really just comes down to preference. But if you're a performance type, we're gonna try and get an idea of what we can do with this here. Now we're gonna go ahead and warn in advance that this Photon has had a lot more use than this phone. This phone is virtually out of the box, so it's pretty much fresh, but we want to see what we get as far as scores go. Also, both handsets are available exclusively on Sprint. Well, this variant of the GS2 is, and they're both $199.99 on a 2-year contract. The Photon is a world phone as well, and you can use it overseas. This is a local CDMA WiMAX 4G device, so you can only use this in the States. We're just waiting for the Photon to catch up here and see what our results are. You know what? We're going to go ahead and just chime in and tap that. So we're getting the results. So that's 3,325 from the GS2 and 2,274 from the Photon 4G. So you got to give the edge to the GS2, at least in this test here. Some say it varies, but it's not a huge leap. It's what some people have been talking about and bragging about with the GS2, but it is a significant difference. So what we're going to do is get ready to shut this thing down. But should you have any questions about either device, or if you want to know specifically about this one since it is the newer one, be sure to feel free to drop us a question or a message down below, and we'll gladly get back to you. But with that said, this is Mark from SprintFeed.com. Thanks for checking our video, and thanks for stopping by.